isn't a one-side.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader. Known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey street fairs, you can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
Right there on your screen, starting out here tonight, it's less than 3 points separating Ben Bafford and Jeff Wright. Bailey Turner not in attendance tonight, but live from the virtual Auto Club Speedway on iRacing. It's the BTDY Racing Series presented by Martin Sports. I'm your host, Bradley Cooper, and tonight we have Alec Martinez and Luke Buffington in the booth with us. It's been a great season thus far, and only to tie it all together, we have to talk about the lead changes from the beginning of this chase up until now, where these drivers have switched and swapped around a record 12 winners, actually. 12 winners this season. It's been competitive.
It sure has. And boys, we're into the final race. Makes you sad, but man, what a season we've had so far. 12 different winners, the most in a BTDY season. And now, I mean, look at this. The points, 3 points separating the top two into the final race. Jeff Wright out-qualified Ben Bafford here tonight by 1 or 2 positions. Boys, it's going to be a fight from the end. In Auto Club Speedway, what a place to hold the championship race at. We know how wide this track is. It's 2 miles in length. It's wide, and they had a slogan a couple of years ago, flat out and 5 wide. Well, I'll tell you what, we are going to be going 5 wide. Only 14 degrees of banking in the turns, but all the way from almost the apron to the outside wall is going to be usable. Unfortunately, this track torn down in real life, but still on the iRacing service, and going to have one of the oldest surface, if not the oldest surface, these drivers will touch on. And boys, it's going to be a long, grueling 100 laps to see who can win this championship, and if we can have a 13th different winner here tonight, boys. Luke, I'm looking forward to it, brother. What's your expectations for tonight?
Oh, well, really, I think all we're going to be looking at is it's just going to be a battle between Jeff Wright and Ben Bafford tonight. I mean, it's really just a fight for the championship win here.
Oh, especially after Bristol, because neither one of those drivers won that race, and we expected them to. Jeff Wright able to edge out Bafford at the line. Joshua Banks gets the victory from, coming back from 4th position, 2+ seconds to win that race. Incredible drive. and probably the highlight of the season. But let's take you trackside now. Get that grid up on your screen.
47 car, look at that.
Look
Good to say Adam Baker back.
Yeah.
How about that little shout out?
Representing VSPEED out there.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir, love that. Seth Hatchell also back tonight. But let's go to the starting row. How about Angelo Ronis? Having that hot hand he's been having all year. Starting on the pole here tonight with a 40.953. Jeff Wright to his outside in second. Third is Seth Hatchell. Fourth, championship leader Ben Bafford. Fifth, Dennis Faircloth, the Magic Man, in sixth. Seventh, Adam Cabot. Seventh, Joshua Banks, last week's winner. Nick Starling, eighth. Cody Atkins and Dallas Sullivan round out the top 10.
I'm not sure where you got Adam Cabot's name from
Yeah,
there. AJ Stravado is going to start 11th here tonight. VSPEED's very own Adam Baker is going to start in 12th. These drivers not getting times. Adam made a little mistake there in qualifying. I saw it, Adam. 13th, Ray Massey. 13th, Yusuf Ghali. 14th, Ray Massey. We're off to a great start. Chris Simard in 15th. Ryan Gimmel in 16th. 17th, Noah Mikowski. Max Koss going to start 18th, and rounding out your 19-car field here tonight is Alan Dice in the number 5.
Boys,
So here we go. I mean, what do we expect here? You got to pick?
I think Ben Bafford's going to win it. He's going to end it off on a good note here.
All right, and Luke?
You know, I'm interested to see what Seth Hatchell does tonight.
Well,
See,
I'm
he's
interested.
back.
I'm interested to see the start of this race as we're live at Auto Club for the final race of the season.
Jeff
Well,
Wright,
there
he's
you
going to
go.
make a point early. He's going to lead lap 1. Bafford right behind him. And look at this field behind him scattering all over the front stretch. And we'll see it into the corners. Here comes Bafford to the inside looking for the lead.
Picking up right where they left off at Bristol, and they're side by side. They qualified outside the front row in contact. Really carrying over from Bristol, huh?
Wow.
Really carrying over like you said. They save it, and Bafford falls back to third. Here comes the Magic Man, Adam Cabot, in the Atlas 17 to the inside, looking for the lead. Then Hatchell, Starling, and Ronis battling side by side. And how about the Italian stallion, AJ Stravado, creeping up into the picture. Cabot now looking to the bottom for the lead. And one thing we forgot to mention, it's not just the top 2 in points racing. Well, there's 17 different cars on the racetrack battling these two while they fight for the championship.
But you see here coming off of turns 1 and 2, the multi-groove racing, especially early in this run. 4 wide behind them. They settle it down quickly. There's Yusuf Ghali to the inside in the 54 sprint machine. But I saw the multi-groove, and it's continuing on here in 3 and 4. Some drivers are like that highlight.
It's going to be like this all night. We're going to see guys everywhere on this racetrack, and that's why I'm so glad this is the championship venue, because you're going to be able to see guys use whatever. If they're faster, they can go ahead and use that lane that they want to use.
There's Cabot going all the way up high, almost the 3rd line. There's 4 lines across this. You can go all the way up against that wall. Really close here between the 23 of Bafford and Seth Hatchell down the backstretch. Hatchell's going to take that 3rd spot away. But up to speed here.
Yusuf Ghali, he started a little bit farther back, and that new Toyota Camry XE, or is it the XSE, is really starting to work himself up into the field. He's been one of the most consistent guys in the next gen. We talked about Darlington, where he had a chance of winning, didn't start well. I think even got a penalty, and then still got a top 5. So Yusuf might be somebody to keep in mind here, to keep in play with these championships too. And I'll tell you what, though, Jeff Wright, do you want to save tires? I know the goal is to beat Ben Bafford, and right now Bafford's falling back to 5th while Wright's leading. At this point, if this was the checkered flag, Wright would win the championship and go back to back.
But that's why we still have 180 plus miles left to go. Anything can play out, like 3 wide. There's Faircloth down there getting loose. Everybody follows into the wall. Banks gets it the worst there.
Yeah, Banks got up in the outside wall, and I think somebody else. And look at Adam Baker going up through the middle. Right there with Nick Starling, Noah Mikulski, and Dennis Faircloth. Slide job into turn number 1. If he'll come up, no, he's going to keep it on the bottom and able to use it. Baker moving himself into the top 10. This field all over the place. Faircloth up the racetrack now. Servato goes to crossover. Starling will go down to the bottom, and he'll look there, and they're still battling all over this racetrack in this battle for the lead. Now between Cabot and Wright heating up. And Luke, I got to ask you, do you want to push your tires this early if you're Jeff Wright racing these guys?
I really don't think I would push it. I mean, everybody knows you're a championship contender, and everybody likes to win a race, but really all he's got to do here tonight is just finish in front of Ben. That would really be my priority if I were him.
You got to stay ahead of that Ford Mustang dark horse of Ben Bafford. And how about Seth Hatchell? Going to get a big run. Wright slips up to the bottom of the racetrack. Hatchell to the outside. The two-time champion takes the lead here at Auto Club, trying to be who, if he were to win the championship, would join the two-time club Jeff Wright and go back-to-back. Now Cabot now going down to the inside. And team points, very interesting as well. Jeff Wright, AJ Stravato, that team 1 point ahead of the other team, which I believe is the Sorrowful Gentleman team of Yusuf Ghali, Ben Bafford, and Adam Cabot. So team points only separated by 1 point, and they have 4 cars to the other team's 2 cars, and they're running 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Go back here a little bit deeper in the field. We're going to go through this corner, and you can see about 5 different opportunities for guys to make a pass here. There's Baker running up on the back of Joshua Banks into 3. And watch them spread here. There's the 4 different lines that they're running right here. And there's actually a 5th one just kind of behind this, where you saw the 03 of Mikulski come up a little bit higher. 94 gets into the wall, though.
Oh! This barely amount. I'll tell you who's making a charge. Dennis Faircloth in the 80. Those 2 Camrys have really been tearing up through the field. Ghali and Faircloth got a lot of pace in those 2 Toyotas. Those Toyotas really, really fast. Ghali's really just came from mid-pack. He's up to 4th, and I think he might be the fastest car on the racetrack as Seth Hatchell starting to drive away from the top 2, but it's so hard to pull away here with all these cars on top of each other.
That draft really is going to keep guys in check until we get to green flag pit stops. That's what really separates this track from most others compared to Daytona, where the draft is just always prevalent. This place, you start out with draft, you can't get away from somebody, you can come down pit road and get a 5-second lead and come out the other end, maintain that.
Getting away from the draft. Look at this, 4 different lanes here, guys. 5 different cars, 4 different lanes being used, and all these cars under a blanket, under 0.2 of a second, battling for the lead here at the Auto Club Speedway. Jeff Wright hung out on the bottom, and he's losing spots and valuable points to the car that's right behind them, and that's Ben Bafford, the guy who used to race for the championship. 3 wide here between the 2 Toyotas and the Chevrolet in the bottom. Faircloth gets up to 3rd. Here comes Ghali back up to back to 4th, and Wright slips back to 5th. Bafford with the run, looking to get that spot away from him. He will. And Cabot slide job to the bottom for the lead on Seth Hatchell. He'll get it, but Hatchell gonna have the run off the corner. Wright and Ghali door each other, and Bafford now trying to take advantage of that. He'll get to the outside of Wright.
It was actually Faircloth on the outside.
Oh.
The leaders doorbang each other down the backstretch. They keep it going. Can Dennis Faircloth get the lead from these 2? A big run on the outside.
I don't, nothing against Faircloth. I don't think any of us expected to see him up here this early this race.
No, he's got a lot of speed in that number 80 Geico Toyota Camry. He goes to the outside of Cabot, and look at this, 5 cars, 6 cars under a blanket. Faircloth looking to the outside, won't be able to do anything with it. He'll tuck in behind the 17 of Cabot. Ghali stuck on the inside, right, getting the spot away from Seth Hatchell, Bafford and Ronis, and Banks sitting back from 5th to 8th. And Yusuf Ghali's coming.
Bafford and Banks are sitting back there watching this and being like, well, we're just going to sit back and save our stuff.
Oh,
Yusuf
on the wall.
Into the
Jeff
wall.
Wright gets into the wall.
Faircloth into the wall a little too there.
And Bafford going to take him 3 wide down the front stretch. Can he get 3 for 1 into turn number 1? Bafford all the way on the bottom, gonna get 2 at least. Can he get a 3rd spot away from his teammate Yusuf Ghali? And look at this, goes right up to the outside of Cabot. He gets there, and now Jeff Wright gonna go to the lead. Man, this is some spectacular racing. Banks 3 wide all the way to the bottom. And last week's winner looking to go 2 in a row in the race win column, going to the inside of the championship leader and Faircloth. And the championship hopeful in second in points, going for the lead on Cabot, and he's going to get it. Wright leads another lap. Cabot and teammate Yusuf Garley sit second and third.
I see him going down to the bottom of that apron on that front stretch to try to break that draft. Not very effective, though, because what a run there by Cabot. He's going to be door-to-door with the 48. Now back in line. They're making a hole there.
He's shaking the draft here.
Wow.
Shaking the draft, trying to get away from the 17 and the 54. Faircloth now underneath Bafford for 4th position. Hatcher going to take him 3 wide, all the way on the outside using that Kyle Larson line. Won't be able to do it. Bafford holds onto the position. Hatcher, they're 4 wide behind them. Contact between Stravato and I believe Joshua Banks. Faircloth losing some time here and spots. And how about Adam Baker up to 6, getting by all those guys. Baker with a ton of speed.
I'm almost looking to say Faircloth might have picked up some damage from that wall. He's already fallen all the way back to 12th.
These cars are tough, but I wonder if he burned up his tires too soon, and this track eats up Goodyear Racing Eagles, so it is possible, but maybe that damage starting to affect the handling of that cars. I think one car up in the outside watch, Joshua Banks again, and now Bafford and Golly side by side. Baker and Hatchell were side by side. Hatchell takes the position or keeps the position away. But if you're Ben Bafford, I think you got to get by Wright and make sure that Wright doesn't lead the most laps.
Calvin's going to make that difficult.
Oh man, that was contact.
That was contact. Yeah, there was contact.
Top 10 are only within a second of Jeff Wright. How about Cabot all the way to the bottom of Jeff Wright? He's going to get there. Can Wright use that momentum on the outside? Cabot loose. Golly loose. They save it, and Bafford going to lose some positions. How about Jeff Wright? I've heard him speak about it before. He knows he's not. He wishes he was a little bit better in this next-gen race car, and he also wishes he was a little bit better here at the Auto Club Speedway. And how about this, making Jimmy Johnson proud with the 48 car leading in Fontana. Oh, there's contact! Right into the wall. Baker
there it goes.
And they wreck, no caution, but heavy get
there it is.
And Faircloth comes in front of, Baker in front of Faircloth, and a heavy wreck in a turn 3. And the caution comes out, and it makes you wonder, was that Ben Bafford's causing? I think he just came up into the door and, hard hit. Mikulski, heavy damage. And I think the suspension's broken there on the 47. Nowhere for the 80 to go.
You hate to see it for Faircloth too. He had such a good run earlier tonight.
Just nowhere to go there for Dennis. I hate that for him. He's having such a good run, and Baker was having a really good run too, and both of them just caught up in a bad situation. The question is Ben Bafford at fault for that wreck?
I don't know. I think the 8 came off the wall. We'll go back one more time here from the aerial. I want to look at this from the blimp camera. It looked like the 8 came off the wall here.
I mean, if it's a racing incident, obviously possible here.
He just got a little. I don't know.
Maybe
it's tough because the 23's trying to side draft him going into 3, and I get it because he's losing momentum. But I don't know how the officials are going to deem that, if that's a racing deal or if that's a caution by Ben Bafford. And if it is, that's a 3-point penalty.
Yeah.
And which pretty much makes it even with Jeff Wright.
If he doesn't claim it.
if he doesn't claim it. And the question is he going to claim it? Because if he does, that's definitely I've got to think that's Ben Bafford's caution if he doesn't. I think Bafford did in fact claim it, so.
That's a tricky one too.
And Ben Bafford did in fact claim it, so he will go to the back, and now puts Jeff. He won't get a penalty. Next caution he claims will be, if he gets one, will be a caution. But Jeff Wright keeps leading laps. He can cut this down to 2 points and then 2 positions pretty much. And man, Jeff has a really good car, and Bafford all the way in the back now can't afford to lose the draft number 1 and can't afford to get caught up in an incident.
You know, a wreck like that, it does kind of fall into some gray area. You almost wonder if Ben didn't just claim it just to play it safe and
I
not lose those points.
That's a smart decision, because and like we said, it could be like a, and it's like you said, a gray area there where I think it's tough because it could go either or. I think, yeah, he's side drafting to turn it, to make sure he doesn't lose too much time to the momentum on the outside. And then you got Hatcho, like Bradley said, he's kind of coming off the wall, but it's just so hard to tell. We
saw
it's
Cabot
very
do
tough
that this
to
season
say
as
who's
well.
at fault there.
We saw Cabot do that a lot this season to keep his points mitigated. He would find his way back up front, but
I think,
it's
like I
almost
said,
not
he did claim it, so I think he's good on that part. And
Yeah.
that's what you got to do. I mean, if you're thinking big picture championship, you don't want to leave it in the hands of somebody making a decision after the race and you find out that it was your fault.
Yeah, the way that I saw it, Ben was running close to him. Hatchell kind of dodged up into the wall a little to try and, avoid contact as much as possible. Wall slowed him down. There's only so much, you can only press the brakes so hard when you're going that close together, that rate of speed. Ultimately it wouldn't have happened if Ben weren't up that high, getting closer to him, but I don't know. It's for somebody more experienced than I to make a decision on. But Ben claimed it, so.
Yeah.
Well, it puts us in a situation here for this restart. Jeff Wright's going to lead him into turn 1. You've got a teammate to Ben Bafford behind him, Adam Cabot. A lot of 4-wide racing here so far.
It's going to get more tense, too.
20 laps in, 40 miles complete. Approaching that halfway mark. Jeff Wright going to restart him here as the pace truck pulls off for the second time today into the tri-oval and into that restart zone. Jeff Wright's going to hit that that loud pedal, and here we go, back racing for the second time on lap 21.
And he got a good restart, but Cabot did a good job side drafting. You're going to see Wright pull all the way down to the apron and try to get away from it, but now Cabot going to be even with him into the corner, and they'll fan out here in turns 1 and 2. Oh, moves behind him. And how about AJ Stravado getting all those spots down the back stretch? From 6th to 3rd here, battling there with Yusuf Ghali and Banks, but Stravado, big run, and this battle for the lead. Wright gonna slide drop to 17, he slides up too high, and he puts Cabot in the wall! Door banging behind them between Stravado and Ghali, but they fan out down the straightaway, but Cabot smacks the outside wall, and it makes you wonder, was no contact by Wright, but was it forced because Wright slid up the racetrack? On board Ryan Gemmel here down the backstretch. Big run on Ray Massey and Alan Dice. Nowhere for them to go, or for Gemmel to go. Atkins up in the 8th position. And all these guys fanning out down the back, or down the front into turn 3, and now down the front stretch. Here comes AJ Stravado in the 33 car underneath Cabot. Banks, though, going to give a shove to the 17, or maybe try to go middle. No, he'll give a shove to him. But Jeff Wright starting to boot scoot boogie away.
Big send there by Banks on the back of the 17 car. That's another thing that you can do here, is that you can kind of make a guy overshoot the runway in the entrance of the corner. Banks giving him a good shot here. He gets up to 3rd on the outside. Not quite connected to the bumper here, and the 17 car now dives to the inside.
I was saying, he's not happy with Wright. He moves him. No, right, put him up in the outside wall in turns 3, and now Cabot gonna force him up. They're gonna door bang into turn number 3, and look at Banks all the way on the outside, gonna get it. And he does, and Cabot voicing his displeasure with the championship contender of Jeff Wright. And remember, like we said earlier, you gotta keep it clean for yourself, and you gotta make sure you don't make others mad. And I think Wright gave himself an enemy there with putting Cabot in the outside wall, and then now behind Cabot you got AJ Stravato and Yusuf Ghali battling. And now Wright's gonna have to deal with one of the hardest guys to pass, especially a guy for the lead, although right there makes it look easy. Banks not gonna be able to hold it up, although Wright gonna almost get to the outside. Well, Banks goes to crossover. He'll side draft him down the front stretch, pull all the way down to the apron. Wright gonna try to chase him, won't be able to get the lead lap led, and man, out swerving down the front stretch. Man, what great racing we're seeing. Luke, I gotta ask you, you just put Adam Cabot probably against you for the rest of this race. Does Jeff Wright have to worry about him?
I mean, competition-wise, definitely, but I don't see Adam being the kind of guy that's gonna make any risky maneuvers, you know? I mean, there is a championship on the line, and I don't know if he wants the kind of reputation of influencing a championship. Wow, that is close.
Jeff's being aggressive. Oh, Yusuf Ghali out.
And there it, oh my God,
well. Starling, they wrecked down the front stretch. Bafford just misses it. And Cabot up back up the racetrack. No cut. Oh my goodness. Sullivan just misses him, slides into pit road. And caution comes out for the second time. I don't know how Dallas Sullivan didn't hit him.
Well, you know, I don't think he's going to have to worry about Cabot anymore.
You're right. I don't think he will.
That's unfortunate, though. I mean, we got to go back and look at this because I don't know who caused this, but this was not Adam Cabot's fault.
Yeah, that was quick.
Looked like Ghali tried to give a push to Cabot, I think, coming out of the corner when Adam was loose. And he, you know,
just caught the corner a little, it looks like.
He was on the right side of it.
You know, and we haven't been able to see these next-gen car. Wow, I don't know how.
Just clipped them.
You know, and we haven't really seen a lot of these next-gen cars recently on tracks like this where you need to push. And if you want to look at Yusuf Ghali's car, the new Toyota Camry has a more pointy nose. It makes me wonder, at the angle that he hit him, did he hit him in the wrong angle where it upset that car? And back with the older Camry, I mean, look at how pointy that nose is. Compared to the older Camry that had a flatter nose, had a little bit of curve to it, but it had a more flatter surface. This one has curve and a more, I would say, pointy, fins on it to knock you sideways. And I think that might have been just a wrong push, not knowing that the way that the front end is shaped would affect how you push and how you would push somebody in these cars.
Yeah, it looks to me he was a little off-center in that push, too. Maybe that had some influence, too, with a point just being able to catch that angle more.
Yeah, I don't... Again, we haven't really seen much of that. Again, we haven't been on a super speedway with these new bodies, but just made me wonder because I just haven't seen the Toyota be able to give as comfortable pushes that they used to been able to do. And with that one right there, I mean, they just got him in the wrong spot and turned him right around, no problem. And I just wonder if it's a product of that new Toyota Camry nose. And about that, Ben Bafford taking 2. Atkins takes 2. Dice 2. Samar takes 2. Fuel only, I should say. I think Samar took 2, but the rest of the field going to take 4. But Wright going to move back down to 6th. Banks 7th. Stravato 8th. How about Ray Massey 9th, and Dallas Sullivan in 10th. Ghali going to the back, and Cabot obviously going to go to the back with some damage. And a lot of cars with a lot of damage now in this race. And not only 19 cars, but my goodness, what a race we've been seeing in the racing. It's just been so aggressive.
Yeah, you'd swear everybody was tied for the points lead tonight with, I mean, this top 5 has just been changing up so often. I mean, it doesn't, there have been a few names that have been consistently in there, but we've really seen a little bit of everybody up in the top 5 and top 10 tonight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've seen about everybody. Heck, Adam Baker was up there, then got in an incident. How about this? 2 cautions, 6 lead changes in the first 28 laps. So, I mean, pretty good.
Well, on this, we're coming up to 1 to green. I would have to venture to say Angela Huronis here with 9 laps on this stint will probably have to just fight to survive. I know that
we'll see.
track positions improved.
You know,
it's going to be tough to hold up there.
He did. It's going to be tough. We'll see, though. The top 4, though, stayed out. It depends how much did they save their tires, but, you know, he won the pole. How about, you know, last time we talked to him was Martin, so how about we talk to him and see what's on his mind. Angela Ronis, Alec Martinez, Luke Buffington, Bradley Cooper, the VSPEED booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yep, got you.
Well, brother, you started on the pole. You've led 2 laps. You're staying out. How are you feeling with this decision?
Fuel-wise, I'm kind of banking on getting a mini run and then hopefully a caution. Tire-wise, I think I should be good, but we'll just have to see how this plays out because, yeah, it's not sure how it looks on the broadcast, but it's pretty crazy out here, but it's definitely fun to be in.
Is the racing more aggressive than you thought it was going to be?
Absolutely, especially from Jeff. I know he and Ben, they're fighting for a championship. Some of the moves he made, they were definitely aggressive to say the least, but we'll just see how it all pans out here.
All right, well, we appreciate your time, Angela. Good luck, and hopefully you'll bring it back in one piece.
Will do. Thank you.
All right. That's Angela Ronis, and remember, All-Star Race was out here in Fontana, and he won it, so maybe get another win to end out the season. And like you said, it's aggressive because everybody knows this is their last chance to win, maybe for a couple of months until the new BTDY season comes about as the pace truck pulls off and the field's in the hands of Angela Ronis and the points leader Ben Bafford. Green flag back out in the air. We're back underway from Fontana.
Great restart there for Huronis. He's going to pull away about 0.2 of a second, but already some moves going on behind. 3-4 wide into 1.
Oh, man, guys getting loose. Guys getting knocked sideways here. 3-4 wide off of turn number 2. Faircloth up almost into the outside wall. They still fan out. And here comes Wright looking for 3rd, trying to close up that points gap. He's battling with Alan Dice.
Now remember, Jeff Wright took 4 tires compared to some of these guys that only took 2.
And some of these guys have heat in their tires already. So Jeff has fresh tires, but he has cold tires. It's going to take another lap for them to really start kicking in. And we'll see how much those new tires are going to matter. Here he comes to the inside of Dice. Can he get him into 3? Dice, how about this? Not let him go. Oh, Jeff slides at the racetrack, and he's almost into the 5's door. He slides, and he saves it.
Forces him to slot right back in behind Dice. He's got to start all over again with those maneuvers.
And what a save from Jeff Wright, although he's made those tires angry already with that big of a slip. And how about Ryan Gemmel? Been quiet all night. He's up inside the top 10 now, and the 6 Busch League bound Chevrolet Camaro going into the picture as Travato throws a big block on the 6. And up to the outside, can he get by Travato is the question. Banks all the way on the inside lane. Last week's winner at Bristol. Going to get trained on the outside because Gemmel clears, and Atkins not going to go to the outside. And Gemmel with a big run down the back stretch won't take it. And Atkins now clears for 7th as Banks fights back on the inside here, trying to get that position away as they're 3, almost 4 wide behind them with the 03, 77, 32, and 80. Oh, Faircloth gets the wall.
Into the wall again.
It's a good little pop. Yeah, he's going to be fine. These cars are tough, though. But one worry you got to worry. The one big thing you got to worry about is that tolling, that precious tolling. If you bend that in the slightest, your day's over. And Jeff Wright, man, he is struggling to get by the 5 of Dice.
Well, the heat in the tires, I think after about 10 laps, are going to even out here. But what I'm seeing right now is Bafford's not able to lead a lap here with Huronis being in front of him, who stayed out, but he gets really loose here. This is where Bafford can stand to make... He can make up these points here. That's what Bafford needs to do right now. He needs to get around the 29 car and get a lap led to even this playing field.
He needs to lead laps here, or he needs to stay behind Angelo Rodas and make sure maybe Angelo Rodas leads all the laps.
No, we need the 23 car to even up the field here because Jeff's got one on him here.
Oh,
29 really loose off of 2.
Big moment. Here comes Bafford, the inside here. He's going to have a chance. 2 Mustangs battling for the lead, and the championship leader gets the race lead. And Wright cleared Dice for 3rd, and Banks starting to close up as well as Stravato and Gimmel.
Now, do you think Angelo is going to be able to battle Wright as hard as Dice did?
Oh, I definitely think he can.
See how long he can hold him off. No, you don't think he can?
I don't think he. I think Angelo's gonna. Angelo's smart. He's gonna let these 2 championship guys go by. I think if Wright gets to him and really starts pressuring him, then he might start letting. Oh, Dice, big moment down the back. You saw in that rear view camera on board with Jeff Wright. Got up into the wall and almost bounced into the side of Banks. Lost the position to the 35, and now loses another one to the 6 of Gimmel. And how about Ryan Gimmel inside the top 5? Been a while since we've seen him in the field and having himself a solid day. And here comes the Italian stallion, AJ Stravato, closing up into the picture as well. And man, this field is just getting all over this racetrack, rubbering up every lane as Bafford in the lead. Ronas behind him, Wright closing up in 3rd. But the question is Jeff using up those tires? And Ronas, remember, he's on a different strategy too. Oh boy, and Ronas, or excuse me, not Ronas, Wright's gonna have to deal with Joshua Banks here, who's on the same tires as him. You can see both of them get loose. And we know Banks, he doesn't care whether you're fighting for a championship or racing for a regular season win. He's gonna race you as hard as he can to make sure he's got a shot at winning this race. Wright gonna have a big run on the outside.
Bafford getting up to 5 laps led. Actually 3 now. He'll come around for the 4th one.
Oh, will it? Because here comes Wright.
To the inside.
Is he gonna throw it in there and try to get to Bafford? No, he's gonna get there though.
Banks takes that as an opportunity.
And he's gonna get there underneath Ronas. Just can't do anything. And Wright not gonna be able to get to the 23. He's gonna have to wait being behind him. And Bafford's gonna try to shake off that draft. Bafford gonna run the middle, Wright all the way on the outside lane, and try to use that Larson line, get that lead away from him. But here comes Banks on the bottom, hard-looking it around the corner. He won't be able to do it, but look at the run the 48 car gets. Can Bafford do anything with it to defend? No, he can't right now. Gonna get to the inside, but will Bafford try to stick it on his door? No, he won't. Jeff Wright gonna get that lead back. And the 48 car back to the point. Bafford now gonna go to the inside, try to side draft the 48. He's gonna get to that left rear quarter panel. He'll pull him back, pull all the way away from him. Wright gonna try to pinch him into the corner. And Bafford gonna try to clear right into turn number 1, won't be able to.
This is what Jeff wants. He can defend a little bit on the outside, but he's really loose there on the exit.
And Bafford's gonna side draft him here down the backstretch. He's gonna try to stall that 48 out.
And you know, I don't. It isn't exactly a battle for the lead, but I've been seeing Yusuf Ghali kind of climb back up into the picture here too.
Yeah, Yusuf has got a lot of pace in that Spirit 54 Toyota Camry. He's really worked his way up. Wright gonna clear for the lead. Banks gonna ditch Bafford, and here comes Banks looking for second.
The 2 tires versus 4 tires. They cuts him off there at the door.
Playing a dangerous game there with Joshua Banks. As Banks going to utilize that outside lane. Bafford on the middle, going to get a big run on Wright. On the bottom is Wright, going to slip up on the inside. Here comes Bafford across. Banks with a massive run down the backstretch as he trying to take the championship 2-3 wide. He thought about it, won't be able to do it, and here comes Bafford to the inside. Wright going to miss the corner a little bit. Bafford going to slide job into turn him up a 4. He's going to clear the 48. He'll get the lead, but Wright crossing over to the inside. And Wright gonna get the lap led.
This is intense. These 2 right here, top point. They know what's at stake. They've been battling all race.
Oh.
But we're starting to add some other drivers into the mix, and that's gonna make it even more complicated.
Oh, Banks pulling back the 23. Bafford got loose. Oh, he's dooring him. They door down the back stretch. Then they keep it going straight. Bafford goes to the middle. They're 3 wide for the lead. Banks to the inside. And he's going to slide down the 48. The 48's got to be careful here. He gets loose. Oh, they door bank for 4th. Golly and Gimmel make contact. Banks holds on to the lead. He'll swoop down to the bottom, keeps the lead, and they're side by side for 2nd again between Banks and Bafford. And Gimmel, man, Gimmel's got speed in that 6 car. He's all the way up on the outside wall. Ah, man, Wright and Bafford are burning up their tires. They are getting really, really loose off these corners. Here comes Bafford to the end. Oh, look at this, 3 wide. Oh, Wright gonna slip up the track. Oh,
contact.
Oh.
The Banks slides up. Now Gimmel has been saving his tires. He's working his way up into this top 3.
He's gave Bafford a shove to keep up there with Jeff Wright. And man, I love this. This Auto Club proving why it's the best racetrack on the schedule. Look at all the lanes being used and the great racing we've been seeing all night. Oh, Banks, big moment on the inside. He saves it, but he'll lose 3 or 4 spots. Really loose from the 35. And here comes Bafford with the push going for the lead. Gonna send it into the corner. They both do. Bafford gonna have to slide up in front of the 48. Give him dirty air. He will. And Bafford retakes the lead. Wright not gonna have an answer, but here comes the 6 of Ryan Gimmel out of nowhere. Here up to 3rd. Can he get the lead from these 2? And remember, Gimmel hasn't been here all season. Really all season. He doesn't care if these 2 are racing for a championship. Right,
a win is a win, Alex.
A win is a win, exactly. Perfectly put. And if he were to win, he would be the 13th different winner on the season.
He's going to get by Jeff Wright almost.
Oh,
he's got the momentum.
Yet. Right to the inside. Bafford in the middle. Gimmel all the way up top. Going to get a big run down the front stretch. He's going to get boxed in behind the 23. Wright going to lose 1, 2 positions, maybe even a 3rd to the 54. Wright going to fall back to 3rd. And Gimmel all over the back bumper of Bafford here in 2nd and 1st. And here comes Golly to the inside of Wright. Wright starting to fall off. And if you're a Jeff Wright fan, this is not what you want to see. You need him to start, he needs to get back into a rhythm, start attacking here. He cannot let the 23 get ahead of him.
I'm really surprised that Bafford's been able to do that based off of he took 2 tires comparative to Jeff Wright having 4.
Well, he didn't take any tires. Oh, Dorian there for 2nd. Oh, more contact, and if Ryan Gimmel is not going to like that, and Bafford, or excuse me, going to get to the outside, they're going to door bang again. Wright being very aggressive, probably the most aggressive I've seen him all season. He feeds a door to the 54. He cannot afford to get himself in a wreck. And how about Stravado going to take him 3 wide? And Jeff Wright falling back.
There's Banks right on his quarter again. Ooh.
Yeah, Banks not
that a
going
little
away
shove
either.
there.
It sure was. Here comes Wright trying to fight back on the 54 here to the inside. He'll try to get there. Wright gonna barely get there. Almost makes contact. He'll either have to get in line. Oh, he does. What a move from the 48. But here comes Banks to the 35 to cross him over. Oh, he sent it in hard there. He's all the way on the wall. Gonna keep that 5th position, maybe able to get it back away from Joshua Banks in 4th. He'll take the momentum, he'll keep it. Gimmel taps the wall, and now Wright to go to the inside of Yusuf Golly, trying to get 3rd away. Boys, I don't know about you boys, but this is one of the best races I've seen in a long time. Oh, it's gonna get tight here off of 4, the 3 wide for 2nd. Oh, Bafford and Golly make more Golly and Wright make more contact. Gimmel right in the middle. They all 3 bang off 4th door off each other. And here they come all the way. Ben Bafford falling to the clutches of these guys all by himself in the lead. Golly clears for 2nd. He'll get up to the outside behind his teammate. Wright, no help on the inside lane, will get blown by the 6 and the 54 and fall back to 4th. Banks now going to get him in a position to get by to 5th. And Golly looking for the lead. they're bumping
Oh, no, two over the wall.
Bumping the wall. And Banks going to try to get third. Wright's going to have a big push here from AJ Stravado. And he'll keep third, but Banks charging back on the inside, might be able to get the position off of 2. Although very, very loose on the inside, very loose on the outside for both of them. Wright gonna take third away, Banks back up to the outside lane in front of Gemmel, and then here comes Stravado and Ronis closing up in this battle. It is a 7-car breakaway at the front. And Luke, if you're Ben Bafford, you see that there's only 7 cars in this pack. Jeff Wright is one of those cars. Is he going to just try to, I mean, I gotta think he's got to stay in front of that 48 car.
All he can do is try and hold the position and hope somebody in that backpack causes a wreck and a caution comes out. But he's holding them off well, but those 2 tires, that's going to be a hindrance here going forward if this run keeps up.
And it is, golly,
a
big
little
moment.
loose.
And here comes Wright, although Golly going to block the 54, or 54 going to block the 48. And Wright has no choice but to push him. And now he'll go to the bottom. Oh, he might be able
Jeff
to
has
clear.
the tires to do it, though. I've seen that car get so tight out of the exits. There it is again.
He's been so aggressive all race, and probably the most aggressive we've seen Wright by being daring, throwing blocks in the corners, throwing blocks in the straightways if he needs to. This is probably the most aggressive we've seen Jeff Wright all year. And he is trying, but the question is that aggressiveness going to be at the expense of those Goodyear Eagles? Oh my gosh, look at that. See the tire smoke from the 48.
You know, with as hard as these guys are pushing their tires and how Ben has kind of just been hanging out to a degree, they very well could be kind of evened out by now.
They could be, as Wright goes back down to the inside, trying to get by Golly, but we're getting so late into the run where I think that outside lane's going to start prevailing just because of the momentum.
Into the wall again.
Off of turn 4, or off of turn 2, rather, Bafford has maintained the lead. The fight for second position. He's got a teammate back there playing defense. And AJ Stravado has pushed Jeff Wright. I think right now, Jeff Wright's kind of on this defensive mode where he wants to hang with them, but I don't know that he's going to be able to. Oh, 54 into the wall. Now another shove down the front stretch from Stravado, and side by side, this might be the opportunity for Jeff to clear the 54.
And this might be an uphill, although look at Yusuf Ghali. He's going to pinch him down to the bottom. And Bafford, he might get caught up in the middle of this. Oh, he's really loose on the outside. He's going to be able to keep the position, though. But Ghali going to power ahead on the outside. Look at the momentum.
Now, that's a team player move right there, too. I mean...
Oh, Ghali gets really loose. Oh, big loose there. Oh, Wright gets into him.
Way to the infield.
Big save out of Yusuf Ghali, or excuse me, out of Yusuf Ghali and Jeff Wright. Stravado is in the picture now, but how about Joshua Banks, who's sitting around here in fifth, just like he was last week at Bristol?
Getting tight again off of 2. Wright can't hold it down. He's going to get another shot from AJ Stravado. Not going to be enough this time, and the hole is closed.
Oh, and I think if you're Stravado, Ghali, I think they're trying to be team players here, help their teammates to win this championship. The one guy that's going to spoil that is that 35 car. He can split all of these guys up. Oh, right turns Ghali!
Oh my God!
Right turns Yusuf Ghali across the front stretch, and the caution comes out! And both championship drivers have now caused an incident. And the caution comes out for the third time, saves Angelo Ronis, and brings the field closer. But now Jeff Wright gonna have to probably go to the back here, as I think he just ran the 54 out of room.
What a save by Yusuf Ghali in that, too. Spun right around, kept on trucking.
Wow. And it was just bound to happen with how hard these guys were racing each other.
Yeah, you know, you could call it just one of those racing deals. I mean, with stakes this high, just
Really, it had calmed down compared to what it was, though.
It has,
Yeah, definitely.
right there. I mean, that's tough, though. Again, like you said, one of them racing deals. I just think he squeezed him so hot, there was really nowhere the 54 could go.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do.
And right there, just and being aggressive, trying to side draft him. There's just gets up in the left and right. And the question is the 48 going to claim that? If he doesn't, I have a hard time believing that the race officials are going to say it's a racing deal.
Well, and you see the 54, he runs out of real estate, right?
Yeah.
However, he hits the wall and comes off of it. I don't know what you would dial that in as.
If you're right, you do what Bafford did earlier in the race. Just take it, because there's no point in risking getting a 5-point penalty.
And I mean, in that case, like it was last time too,
Stop.
there's only so much you can do about running into the wall, you know?
Yeah, and if he doesn't claim it, obviously that's fine, but Jeff Wright has probably made 2 enemies now, obviously, with Yusuf Ghali now, and I do wonder, how is Adam Cabot's car? He's been quiet ever since he got involved in one of those incidents. And
you know, from the looks of it, he's just been hanging around in the back.
I just wonder if that damage is affecting him from getting into that wall. You can see he's got right side damage. He's got a little bit of left side damage as well, too. Boy, this has been a heck of a race. And how entertaining. We're past halfway. What great racing we've seen from Southern California here on championship night for the BTDY Racing Series. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break with the restart with 47 laps to go.
There isn't a one-size-fits-all for almost anything in life. So don't settle for a one-size-fits-all setup. Eliminate the frustration in building with an AI-powered personalized toolkit to boost you forward to victory. Optimize your setup and improve your performance over those cookie-cutter builds used by the rest of the pack. Vantage is iRacing.com's first AI setup builder. Save your time and get back to your personal life. Vantage takes any setup for any track and adjusts it specifically to your needs. Choose from over 100 cars for any paved circuit, a custom-tailored experience that's easy to understand and tested to fit any driver's style. Subscriptions as low as $8.50 per month. And for a limited time, new members get a 7-day free trial with unlimited access to all Vantage has to offer.
Breaking here as we cut back from a quick commercial break. Under caution, championship driver contender Jeff Wright and Yusuf Ghali, who were just involved in the last incident. It seemed like a little bit of tempers flaring, and Yusuf Ghali and Jeff Wright both spun under caution, and I think resulting in damage to both of the race cars. Jeff Wright was not happy, and then Yusuf Ghali came down and wrecked the 48, and the 48 now has heavy right front damage. He came in, got some of it fixed, but now how much is the aerodynamics affected on that 48 car?
See that again. Just taps him a little and
yeah, I don't think Yusuf was too happy after getting spun out, and then they're not happy. And both cars continue going. Ghali's in 4th and Wright back in 18th, while his championship foe is the leader on the outside, Ben Bafford. And AJ Stravato, the Italian stallion on the inside, into the Geico restart zone. Back underway from the Auto Club Speedway. Before I made a mistake, it wasn't 47 to go. There is now 43 laps to go in the BTDY Racing Series season.
And then, you know, you look at it, we got Yusuf Ghali right behind Ben Bafford. They're just going to try and push away from the field if they can.
Yeah, now you have no teammates here for AJ Stravato to push. Do you go for this win now? And how about Ray Mack? He's been quiet all night. He's up to 6th, battling with Ryan Gimmel. Alan Dye's creeping into the picture as well. All these guys sliding up the track. Couple guys in the wall.
Oh,
Dice
and there it goes again.
And Faircloth shoots it to the infield, and he'll miss it as Dice spins back up the racetrack. Nobody going to hit him.
Right.
And the 4th caution of the night comes out as Cold Tires, looking like they were involved in that one. Everybody slid up and then made contact off of turn 4, and the caution comes out once again.
Well, as long as nobody turns one another during this one. I suppose commercial break here shortly, huh?
After a replay, I would say is. Looks like, was that his teammate Dallas Sullivan?
I think he got into the wall before that happened. We'll back it up one more time.
Looking like he was racing there with his teammate Cody. Yeah, goes up, hits the wall, and Dallas nowhere to go. What do you think you saw there, Luke?
Just it's funny to say, but just one of those racing deals.
I think it is.
Just got up into the wall a little, slowed him down.
Well, let's go back about 30 seconds before this.
Oh, does it have to do with the 17 car?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Let's see. And remember what happened earlier with Jeff Wright?
That is true.
With him and Jeff Wright, where Jeff pushed him up high, he got up into the wall. I think the wreck happens ahead of him.
Okay. I didn't see anything.
Happened.
I thought I saw some contact.
He's trying to manufacture the drama over
instigate
here.
some stuff, man.
And I'll tell you what, speaking of drama, everybody, leader Ben Bafford, Yusuf Ghali, they brought it down pit road. Half of the field came in, I think, to just top off on fuel. And that gives the lead to Ryan Gimmel.
Faircloth right behind him, it looks like, too.
Yeah, and hopefully there'll be no caution-filled incidents here, as the caution did come out. So now we'll be able to take a commercial break, and we'll come right back from the Auto Club Speedway here in Southern California. We'll be right back.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader, known as the nurturing reader at New Jersey street fairs. You can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
Back live for the restart here at the Auto Club Speedway. Gimmel got away, and here comes championship contender Jeff Wright looking for the lead after an incident with Yusuf Ghali earlier. Noah McCarthy spins down the inside, and he saves it.
What a
save from Noah McCarthy.
Wow.
Out of that frame, I thought he was hitting the wall too.
I thought he was going to slam the inside wall, but he saves it. Loses a lot of spots, but he saves it. And for the lead, Jeff Wright and Ryan Gimmel battling for it. Gimmel goes to side draft. Wright comes back up to side draft. Got to be careful. Cannot afford to cause or get involved in another caution.
And prior to that commercial break, you're probably wondering how Wright even made it back up to first so quickly. Well, after that second caution, about half the field pit, Wright stayed out along with Gemmel and a couple other people, started back and forth, and he's already worked his way back up to first. But
he has.
We see Golly all the way back. Golly up to third already.
And Golly has a fire lit under him after getting involved twice, and he sees who's leading, and I'm sure he's not too much of a fan as Ben Bafford trying to work his way up through the field, battling with Dennis Faircloth and AJ Stravato. If the race was to end right now, Jeff Wright would go back-to-back and win 2 championships, but the more positions Bafford makes up, he'll get himself back into the championship lead, although AJ Stravato not going to let him go, as Dennis Faircloth continuing to fight here, as well as Stravato. They cannot afford to lose this quadrant of cars up ahead of them. And how about Chris Samard quietly up in third now? It seems like we've seen most of the field up inside the top 10. And Gemmel is not let Wright go either.
Speaking of not letting go, every one of these drivers that's been involved with each other tonight, they're racing somebody else right now, just trying to get back to each other.
Yes, they are.
It is incredibly fortunate that this is the last race of the season, because with all of the grade A beef being put out right here, we would be seeing feuds for if this were the first race of the season, there would be feuds going to the championship.
Oh yeah, and Gemmel, and I think that's why you're going to see guys more aggressive, because it's the final race. They know they're going to have about a month or two of off-season here up at the here, and as Ryan Gemmel has retaken the lead. And how about Chris Samard? Going to go to the outside. Samard out of nowhere, back up to second. Help from Golly, and look at who's side by side now.
So boy, this is risky.
You're Jeff Wright, I think you just let him go, and he does. And with those 3 positions lost, Ben Bafford now is back to the championship lead, but we got to look at who's led the most laps this race. Wright has, I believe, about 20 laps led, 25, excuse me, and Ben Bafford only about in the teens, or 20 actually, right at 20. So Bafford needs to go up there and lead some more laps. He needs to get that quick because we're running out of laps. He can lead.
Especially with Wright still being up there, he could bring out a couple of more laps led, if not winning the race outright. Yeah.
That'll make it 2 positions, although Jeff Wright's teammate right behind him in front of Ben Bafford is going to make it hard on him. This could be, I think there's still going to be one more set of pit stops. I don't know if you're going to be able to go 40 laps on fuel.
Here comes Jeff Wright clutching it. I heard that.
Well, so remember, Jeff's going to have to hit more before everybody. And now he's up to Bafford here. The top 2 in the points, battling for the championship. Right under pressure from Bafford. Where does Banks go? Banks goes to push the 48, the Chevy Alliance, to the outside of the board. Bafford sends it in on the bottom. Wright going to have to give it up in the middle. Cannot get back to the gas. Wright loses the spot and back to 6th he goes. The battle for the lead heating up between Gemmel, Samard, and Golly. And Wright losing spots. The question is, saving fuel. Can he make it to the end? He's got more laps ran.
He's on the clutch.
He's going to need a caution if he's going to be able to make it on fuel. He can't be able to contend with Bafford and save fuel. I just don't think there would be enough. Look at that, 3 wide, almost 4 wide. Now the front stretch between the 5 of Dice, the 81 of Atkins, Sullivan, and the 80, or Sullivan, the 46, and Faircloth all the way on the outside of that Geico machine. And how about this, Yusuf Ghali? Gonna clear for the lead. He's got, but here comes Gemmel. Fights back on the inside. Gemmel, Samard looking for their first wins of the season. And remember that, boys, if they were to win 13 different winners in a season, as Gemmel way up the racetrack. Ghali gets loose. Stravato gets up to 3rd, but Ghali losing a ton of momentum.
Look at that, Samard getting right up with him there.
I just don't know if he doesn't have any help.
No, he doesn't seem to have the energy to make it this time around.
Not going to be able to. Samard slides at the racetrack, almost gets into 33 here, and it's going to get tight off the turn 2 as here comes Gully back to the inside of Gemmel, won't be able to clear. Bafford gets one spot from Banks. Can he get another from Samard? And Samard can't get up in time. So there goes Bafford up to 4th, pulling away from Jeff Wright. This thing right. He's trying to save fuel, and I don't know what he's going to have to do. He's losing spots left and right. No pun intended.
He's in a weird spot right now with the way these pit stops.
He should have came in and got fuel. I mean, if he gets a caution, obviously everybody's going to be good on fuel, but he's going to need that caution. But the way they're racing up here, it's possible, and it might even be a blessing in disguise with him being in the back with how hard they're racing up here.
Yeah, for sure.
And Bafford's right in the middle of it.
Now, Gemmel and Wright should be about the same spot, fuel and tire-wise, being they both stayed out, they both pit at the same time. You think Gemmel's going to run into a problem of fueling if this goes green?
100% if he's pushing it, especially being out in the lead. Now it makes you wonder, is Gemmel just hoping for the caution, knowing he can't make it on fuel?
You know, with as aggressive as this field has been tonight, honestly,
like
I mean, I could see it going either way. Yeah, Bafford up into 5th there.
He's
a little
on the
loose
clutch,
by
yeah.
Banks.
He's on the clutch, but you got to think about it too. He's got 3 extra laps of fuel than Jeff Wright does.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if none of them can make it.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I'm thinking about right now is can any of these guys actually make it?
That or you're going to be pitting here in the next probably 10, 15 laps. And look at this, Chris Samard going to take it all the way to the inside under Angelo Ronis and Ray Massey. And how about Ryan Gemmel? I just wonder, is he burning up his stuff as he slides up the racetrack? Golly back down to the inside. He's going to get to the door. Can he get to the quarter panel and side draft him? No, he can't.
Not quite.
Jeff Wright's starting to push again. He's back up to Ronis and Massey.
You know, in that kind of a scenario, you really just have to find a spot around a couple of guys you're comfortable with that you don't have to worry too much about. Of course, keep on pushing as best you can, but...
He's back up to 6th. Oh!
What a...
Contact!
A yo-yo effect.
It really is the even flow of a race here, and here comes Jeff Wright to the inside of Ben Bafford, the guy he's racing in the points. This is the battle for 5th on the racetrack. He's going to get loose here, and now on board with Joshua Banks. The 48 tucked up right behind them. That inside lane just can't carry enough momentum. Banks now going to get to the inside of Golly. Barely going to get in there. Now Wright's going to be able to have a chance to take him 3 wide, and he does. And how about Jeff Wright? Can he get the 2 or 3 for 1 special all the way to the apron? Goes the 48 car. He'll get Banks. He'll maybe be able to get Bafford. Oh,
he's going to get Stravado.
Stravado too, but it's going to be hard.
Teammate at that.
And you got to remember, Yusuf Ghali is not going to let Jeff Wright go. And how about Wright getting up to 2nd? What a move from the 48. But he loses it all on the straightaway.
Yeah, they've got a train running there.
It's about it's about an 11 car breakaway. Seth Hatchell is up in the lead pack after getting involved in that first incident of the day. Yusuf Ghali now to the lead, or trying to go for the lead. He's got help from AJ Stravado. Gemmel trying to hold him off, won't be able to. And the Spirit Airlines 54 Toyota Camry goes to the lead into turn 1. And Wright gets by Ben Bafford. Right up to 4th. Bafford back to 5th. Golly the leader, and now it's a side-by-side battle for 2nd. Bafford back underneath Wright. He'll give up the position. Now, can Yusuf Ghali begin to pull away with this 2nd and 3rd battling here? Although Gemmel just taps the wall. Here comes Wright to give a push to AJ Stravado. And Stravado almost got to the 54, won't be able to. Here comes the 48 to the inside of the 6. Won't be able to, he gets loose. Bafford gets loose. Bafford gonna have to hold on Banks. And now 2 duos to side by side, the top four under a blanket.
Travato could take the lead here if he got Jeff Wright, a good exit. But
Oh, and Wright's going to have a good exit. Where does the 23 of Bafford go? He's got help from the 35 and the 29. AJ Stravato, the Italian stallion, has 2 wins on the season, trying to get a 3rd win. Golly trying to get a 4th win. They both slide up the track. That allows Jeff Wright to get a run. And he does. Can he clear up to the top? Banks now passing Bafford.
And outside looks like it's starting to wear down a little bit compared to what it was at the beginning of this race.
It's getting really hot out here. Oh, Golly gets loose in front of Wright. Wright has to lift, and here comes the 35 of Banks. Wright now shoots to the inside. Stravato now pulls 4 car lengths away from the top 5. And Wright sends it into the corner. Golly is not going to let him get away, although he just might get away. Wright clears for 2nd. Bafford losing spots, he's back to 5th. Wright wins the tiebreaker, and especially if he can lead more laps. Oh, Golly's going to get up to the back bumper of the 48. He shoved it wide. And the question is also, does Jeff Wright have enough fuel?
Well,
Do all these guys have enough fuel?
Well, being teammates, do you think that might be part of the strategy with Stravato and Wright right now? Wright able to just take it that little bit easier, draft behind his teammate to a degree, and maybe save a couple ounces here and there.
That's a great point, Luke. I think that is a possibility. But if you're Yusuf Golly, especially if you're Ben Bafford, you got to get up there and try to run that 48 out of fuel.
Oh, no doubt about it.
And Yusuf Golly, he's not happy with the 48. Here he comes back to the back bumper of the 48. Gonna give him a shot. But that's gonna cost him, because here comes the 35 of Banks, and Banks is none of these guys' teammates. He's all by himself, just trying to win a race.
Now, if you're Banks, do you think you choose a side here, or it's whoever's paying you the most?
Yeah, you're in the middle, but
you're Australia
it's all up to you to win.
You got to be neutral.
You have to be neutral in this case. There's no point in helping. And look at that. See, he's battling these guys. He's going underneath Wright for 2nd.
That's going to drop right back to the clutches of Bafford. He's spinned it off the 54 of Golly.
Man.
Now the 23 car into the picture on the outside.
He's got a chance. Oh, Wright gets loose. It allows a big run for Bafford, but Bafford's going to do the smart thing and shove him down the front stretch. Oh, no, he doesn't. He popped out of line. He'll get to the inside of Wright. Can he get the spot away? Into turn 1, a big send from the 23. Although he's going to be in the wake of the 35. He's going to be on that seam. He's going to get loose. And Wright's going to hold on to 3rd. Big shove from the 29 to the 54.
Now that's something else to figure. We have Stravato split by Banks and then Wright, whereas Bafford has Golly right behind him just about.
Oh,
looking in the mirror, they're about side by side.
Banks got tight, and now Bafford going to go down to the inside. No, he's going to shove Jeff. Oh, there's trouble there in the front stretch. It's Adam Cat. Is that Adam Cat? Oh, no, it's Chris Samard.
No caution comes out, it looks like.
No, they save it. No caution. We stay green.
I'm sure some of
is pulling away.
I'm sure some of those leaders would have loved to have another caution right there.
Oh, Jeff Wright would have hoped to have another caution, because he can be for certain on fuel. And up at the front, the top 5, top 6 starting to scatter away, and the last car in this pack is Cody Atkins, 2 seconds back. And he's starting to lose the touch of the 32 and the 8 ahead of him, and these top 7. Do these guys have enough fuel to make it to the end of this race and see the checkered flag, or will they have to make a pit stop? And pretty soon, if Ben Bafford doesn't get up here soon, I would think that Jeff Wright is going to lock up that extra bit of points. And here he goes to the inside of Wright. Wright's not going to let him have it. Bafford Bafford slides up the track. Oh, he forced Wright up too high as well, and Wright's gonna have to get out of the gas on the exit of the corner.
Oh, that's a good thing. He needs to save that.
I don't know, in this case. Bafford's gotta try everything he can to get around this 40. He's gonna have to get to the right rear. This might be his perfect opportunity here if he can get a good exit off the corner. Struggling with the rear end.
You almost might have to set aside your differences for a minute just so that the both of you can get around Banks.
Well, and I think
Banks
they're
looks
setting aside
fast.
the differences right now because they're saving so much fuel. And like you said, Wright's got to save more than Bafford. We're still in clutch mode, so I don't know how Wright's even going to have
Wright
a
gets the
chance.
wall.
Everybody's in the wall.
Everybody.
Oh, Stravato's in the wall!
And
Bafford
there
just
it
misses him.
goes.
And Stravato slams the outside wall, and that could do it for the 33 car. Heavy damage to the right front.
Puts Banks into the wall.
It's Banks into the lead, and Stravato is pulled it into the garage. It's over for the 33 team to end the season. And now Jeff Wright is looking for the lead on Joshua Banks.
Looks like they're about to come up on Mikowski here too.
Mikowski is 3 laps down, assuming he'll get out of their way. And now, if you're Ben Bafford, you cannot let the 48 get the lead. And the question is, do you want to lead 6 laps and get that laps led locked? He's only got so long to do it. But look at the run he's got on Jeff Wright. He goes low, he goes high, he goes back low. He can't do anything, and he'll stay behind the 48. Yusuf Ghali pulling even with Bafford.
That's an interesting maneuver. You'd think you'd be seeing a little pushing between the two of them.
I think he is.
pushed
He's
him
trying to
down
run
the
a clean air.
backstretch. He ran him down the backstretch all the way to the back bumper of Jeff Wright. They just didn't go anywhere. I think they're still saving fuel.
Wright's got to save all time. Can Ben Bafford win his first championship where he's sitting right now? He would have it locked up. But there is still 13 laps to go to settle it here at the Auto Club Speedway in Southern California. Can Banks hold on for his second win in a row? Or can Jeff Wright or Ben Bafford steal it and solidify themselves as a champion in the BTDY Racing Series? Wright already has won his last season's title, looking to go back-to-back. Ben Bafford looking for his first title. And right now, Banks is kind of controlling the field here. Wright's doing all he can do to try to run them down. If Wright can lead another 2 or 3 laps, he's going to lock up the most laps led.
What a story it would be if we got a back-to-back Banks win.
It would be. And Banks has turned it on at the end of this season. As Wright, though, has a chance to get under him for the lead. Can he get there? No, he can't. He'll be about a half a car length off. He'll have to tuck back in line, and that allows the 23 with a big run. Banks going to take that line away from Wright. Going to give him dirty air. Will that affect the handling of the 48? It looks like it will. Back end starting to step out on Jeff Wright. He won't be able to lead the lap this time as Bafford closes in a little bit closer. Lap traffic, Noah Mikulski ahead of them about a half a straightaway.
And all of the top 5 has
Oh,
been
look at
stuck in
this
this
Bafford.
wall on the
To the
outside.
outside.
Oh,
Bafford with the run on Wright. Can Wright hold on to the position on the inside? He's going to have to slide up in front of the 23 if he wants a chance. He's going to have to, and he will. Holds off the chart for the 23, and he closes up on the 35.
just rattles his cage a little bit with that one.
Ah, man, Banks is doing a good job holding him off here. And I do wonder, how many laps has Joshua Banks led?
Yeah, I mean, we at this point, we might almost be seeing Banks with the most laps
Banks
led
with the
this
most laps. He'll
race.
take a point from both of these guys. Oh, Bafford with another big run. He's going to go to the inside. He's not going to be able to have anything here. Oh, Banks got loose. Wright got loose. Bafford's going to get both of them, going to get close to both. All 3 of them tucked up nose to tail. But now here comes Bafford to the inside of Wright. Oh, Wright's going to pinch him down. They're going to make contact. Can Wright hold off? Bafford's got a teammate behind to push. Bafford Bafford's going to side draft down the front stretch. He pulls to the door. Banks gives him draft. Wright going to close all the way down. And how about Seth Hatchell, the two-time champion, closing up into this battle? Now Bafford to the inside of Banks. Right to the wall. Wright's there. They're 3 wide for the lead. Look at this. Can Banks pull him back? No, he can't. Jeff Wright gets the lead. What a move from the 48. And Wright drives it into the corner. Banks trying to get back to him. Can't do it. Wright gets loose. Wright's really loose. Banks gets back to the outside, out to the inside. Can Wright lead the lap? Yes, he can. Wright gets another lap lead, but here comes the 23. A big shove to the 48. Banks dives it back low. Can he clear the 48? No, he can't. Maybe he will. No, he won't. Still side by side out the corner. Can Wright hold on? Banks goes to side draft. He'll have to tuck in line. And here comes Seth Hatchell. And if Wright can lead this lap, he will lock up the most laps led. Oh, he's loose. Can't do it. Banks gets loose. Here comes Bafford with the run. No, he's going to shove the 35. And Wright locks up the most laps led. 2 points separating the top two. Bafford needs to find a way around Banks quick. Banks gets loose. Bafford gonna side draft down the backstretch. Can he clear the 35? Into turn 3, he'll side draft him hard. He'll send it to the inside of the 35. Can he clear him is the question. Banks gonna stick it on his door. Bafford gets tied under Banks. Banks up the racetrack. Here comes Yusuf Ghali and Seth Hatchell. Ghali gonna give a shove to the 23. They're gonna door bang down the front stretch. And Bafford's gonna get the spot. Now his eyes are on Wright.
And Yusuf just barely sent it 3 there to kind of keep them separated and create that gap.
Big moment from the 8 car and the 54. The 54 stays at the 8, gonna get under the outside of Angelo Ronas. But for the championship, the top 2 in points, the top 2 in the race. Can Jeff Wright make it on fuel? Can any of these guys make it on fuel? Wright has the lead. 5 laps to go in the BTDY Racing Series season. Championship hopes on the line. Bafford gonna go to the outside of Jeff Wright. Wright using the inside. Bafford with the run. He'll go to the middle now. Diamonding the corner, he'll have a big run down the front stretch, or down the back stretch. Will he get the lead? Here comes the 23 to the inside. Wright blocks to the outside. Wright blocks again. Right now, under pressure for Bafford. What a save for the 23. And now they're side by side for the lead. Can Jeff Wright hold off Bafford? He gets into the wall. Bafford right up into the wall. Bafford underneath him. Bafford gonna lead the lap. Can Wright hold him off? Side by side for the lead. 4 laps to go from Auto Club. The top 2 in the championship, trying to win the race and the championship. Is there enough? Is Bafford doing all he can to at least hold on? He gets loose. He has to get back up. He does in front of Banks. Banks down, crosses him over.
Oof.
Bafford cannot afford to lose another spot if he loses it to Banks. He can't clear him. Banks not going to be able to. And here comes the 8 of Seth Hatchell. Bafford to the outside. He goes back low. Wright can't cover. And the 23 looking for the lead into turn number 1. 3 laps to go. Will these two start to lean on each other?
It's looking like everybody else in the race is just letting these 2 dance.
I think they will, because they know something might happen between them. Wright goes to shake the draft. Can Jeff Wright hold off Ben Bafford? But if he does, isn't enough in points. Now Seth Hatchell into the picture. Does Wright even have enough fuel to make it? 2 laps to go from the Auto Club Speedway. Wright in the lead. Bafford chasing behind. Is there enough time for Bafford to find a way? He pushes pushes. He goes to the outside. He beats the 48. Can Bafford get the lead at a 1? A big run from Ben Bafford off of turn number 2. Wright slides up the track. He's not clear. Bafford to the outside. And the first time champion trying to go around, and he gets it from Jeff Wright. Bafford on the quest to win his first championship. Gets the lead into 3. Coming to the white flag. Does Wright have anything for him? 1 lap to go from the Auto Club Speedway. 1 lap to go in the season. Golly loose behind. Bafford in the lead. Bafford in the lead of the points and the race and the championship. Can Wright do one last charge? He goes to the inside. Bafford on the outside, right in the 48, Bafford in the 23. Down the back stretch they go for the final time tonight. Wright is there. He side drafts. He can't clear him. And into turn 3 for the final time tonight. The championship on the line. Wright sends it to the bottom. Bafford on the outside. Wright loses it. And he can't do it. Off of turn 4, right out of fuel as the California sun sets behind. Ben Bafford will not only win the race, Ben Bafford is the BTDY Racing Series champion. And what a race as Wright spins down the infield and losing spots. The season over and Ben Bafford is the champion.
I think you're running out of breath there, Alec.
I am.
Down to the wire.
My pick finally won.
Wire. Well, not only did your pick win the race, your pick won the entire, you know, lock, stock, and barrel here. You know, I hate to say it, running out of fuel, Jeff Wright has finished in 10th place tonight, official standings.
Man, what a race, what a finish. And after all of that, all surviving through the chase, finally getting that race won, Ben Bafford, who we argued, or everybody argued might be, well, not the most popular driver in all of the garage. But boy, does he make a point, as he is the BTDY Racing Series Season 4 champion. And boys, what a race it was. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't like that kind of racing, I don't even know what to tell you. Amazing stuff. As the championship stage will get set up here on the front stretch, and the 23 crew will be celebrating their first BTDY Racing Series champion. Stick around for post-race interviews. We'll be right back to talk to the top 3 and your champion, Ben Bafford.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader. Known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey Street Fairs, you can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
Back here live at Auto Club Speedway. The BTDY Racing League has lost some words here tonight. Hey, we got Alec out of breath. He got me out of words. They have completed 100 laps here tonight, 200 miles at Auto Club Speedway, and concluded their championship with the number 23 victorious here tonight and victorious overall. We'll put your final results up on the screen here tonight. There's Seth Hatchell in second position. He started in third with Joshua Banks, another podium finish here tonight. With that championship hope for Jeff Wright, he falls all the way back to 10th position after running out of fuel. Angelo Horonis is going to finish in fourth, Ray Massey in fifth, Cody Atkins, Yusuf Ghali, Alan Dice, Dallas Sullivan, and then Jeff Wright round out your top 10.
Then in 11th was Max Cost, ending it on a good note. Then behind him, Chris Samard. Then Ryan Gimmel, 13th. Dennis Faircloth comes home 14th. 15th, Noah Mikulski. 16th, VSPEED's very own Adam Baker. 17th, Adam Cabot. 18th, the Italian stallion AJ Stravato, the Magic Man. 17th. And Nick Starling going to round out the field in 19th. And boys, what a race. 4 cautions for 19 lead changers. And boy, this one did not disappoint. But before we wrap up the season, let's go to the post-race interviews with Luke Buffington standing with Bradley Cooper standing with third place finisher Joshua Banks.
I'm down here on pit road with the number 35, Joshua Banks, back-to-back podiums. Thought maybe a chance here tonight for back-to-back wins. But man, it was chaos and it was aggressive out there tonight. You were just along for the ride.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. I will say, I mean, I know it put on a show for everybody at home watching. So it was tough, though. I'm not going to lie. You can't really get away from anybody. You're pretty much packed up unless you get loose, damage a car or whatever. But it was tough. I will say anytime you race these cars here, it's going to be tough. It ain't going to be somebody pulling away and dominating kind of thing. So I'm lucky to be here, to be honest with you. I wouldn't have been talking to you guys if Jeff never run down, let's be honest. So thankfully we were able to pull it out. I'm glad that we ran up front for a little bit. It felt good, other than a short track to lead. And I was a little upset that we got back to 5th, but I knew because I burned the stuff up, it was not going to help. So,
well, and I know a lot of guys are kind of on the fence with how this car handles and is it really a counterpart to its real life drive. Coming here to Auto Club tonight, I'm sure there was all kinds of different handling scenarios with the track change and the entrance and the exit and about a million other factors. Is someone on your bumper? Are you 4 wide? Can you run your line? How hard is it in this new car when you guys are changing back and forth? All race.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just you're burning tire off doing that, and at here it's definitely burning the rears off driving this car. Which is more my style. I like to drive a rear worn car, and it worked. It just with the long straights, the draft makes everybody keep in a pack, and it's hard because with these big runs you get down a straightaway, you have to really be aware of your surroundings. It's tough to try to get a run and hold your line at the same time and make sure you're not running into anybody, especially when you're in a 3 wide situation. So it's tough, but there are moments of fun. Like tonight, we had some fun moments, but just tough overall. And it like I said, so, but the tires is big, maintaining your tires, not getting in any fights, make sure you don't slide them and heat them up. And I probably did that near the end of that run, which cost me, but I was trying everything I can to keep clean air.
Well, Josh, speaking of fun moments, I know you had a lot of them this season. Is there one that you can go back to? And don't say Bristol. I'm taking that one away from you.
Dang it, you took my good one away. It's hard to say because we've had some good runs during the season. We just kept getting caught up in some weird situations that put us further back than where we should have finished. One that stands out is Indianapolis. We ran great there. I mean, we had a good strategy. We got up to second. I don't think we were going to win that race, but we were, podium finishing car. And the way the cautions fell, it just screwed us out of that. So Indianapolis was a good run. Felt good there. I like that race. Most people may not like it, but I personally did, and it worked well. But really pick out. India's probably the only one. Everything else has been kind of like, for me, lackluster. I didn't put out a really spectacular season in the stat book or anything, and it just I'm looking forward to the next season, wherever it may be. I mean, I'm going to announce now. I don't know if I'll be back for BTDY next season. I don't know. I haven't fully made my mind up yet on it. So I don't know if we're going to venture out, try to do things, or stick here. So still in the works of thinking about it. So hopefully, if I decide to come back that next season, we could put on a show and get some good runs, finishes, and such. And hopefully, I think we can have a one car season instead of this back to forth, which has been fun, I will say, but it's still be cool to have one car all season.
Well, we appreciate you, Joshua, and whether your camera works or not, we always give you crap for that. But you did a great job all season. I know you really turned up the heat here at the end. And while we have you up here, the final time this season, is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Well, of course, you guys up in the booth, doing an awesome job with each broadcast, man. Y'all do a good show, and I know Alec is screaming on top of his lungs during the races. So I tell my
ran
wife,
out of breath tonight.
I bet, I believe it. The octaves were higher than anybody could hear, other than a dog, maybe. But so I look forward to hearing that, and I thank you guys for putting on a great show every time in the broadcast booth. It's definitely entertaining to watch. So thank you guys there. Thanks for the guys in the admin booth for doing a good job with the league. It's been a really dramatic league. Or not league, but a season, I should say, with everybody, including myself and Bailey. We've talked about that. It's just, we've had back and forth moments. So good job to the admins, doing a good job maintaining everybody and, doing what they believe to do best. I know it's a tough decision up there to make the right calls. So shout out to those guys for doing hard work for the league. So shout out to the Twitch channel, my channel, Banksy the iRacer. I try to stream what I can. It's been good to stream these races and look back on them, learn from them. And so if y'all like watching my perspective, come out, check it out, leave a follow, all that would be greatly appreciated.
Well, outside of that, Joshua, appreciate your time. Again, shout out to the Twitch channel and whatever ventures you decide to go with here on the iRacing service. And we hope to have you back. I know we have you on other broadcasts as well, so I'm sure we'll hear from you again. But thank you for your time, man, and we'll see you next time.
I'll be around, don't you worry, but we spreading it around a little bit. So it's been good talking to you guys, and look forward to seeing you again soon.
All right, take care, buddy.
You too.
Third place finisher of the night here, and I believe finishing in the top 5 in points. If you could back me up on that.
Yes.
I think he clutched that
fifth
place. Look at that, man. You were back there in 10th, 11th place when you started this chase, and you come up to the top 5. That's impressive.
I mean, what a season, or what an end of the season Josh put together for himself. Got himself a chance. And,
excellent job there.
Yeah, and while we're there, how about we get Luke Buffington, who's standing with second place finisher Seth Hatchell.
Yeah, I'm here with Seth Hatchell. At the beginning of the night, we had our little picks going, and I got to say, I was curious to see what you do tonight. It paid off. Second place podium finish. Towards the end of the race there, was there any particular strategy in just keeping up front or just kind of letting these championship contenders wear each other out?
I was just trying to get to the front. It seemed like I had quite a bit of damage from, I think the first caution of the night. I don't know if it was netcode between Ben and I. I ended up having like almost 2 minutes of damage I had to get fixed. And it didn't seem like it hurt me that bad when I got it fixed, but I just was a little off on the short run. But yeah, that last run, just trying to make it to the front and also trying to save a little bit of fuel. I ran out there off of 4. But yeah, I was just trying to work my way up. I seemed like I had way better speed through the center almost all night once we got going. But it's so tough trying to pass, not having draft down the straightaways if you're running side by side. So just trying to be methodical with that. And once I got to the front, I of course wanted to win if I got an opportunity, but I wasn't going to put either of those two in a bad spot going for the championship. But happy with the second place there.
Yeah, it's the risk you run with tensions running that high between the two of them. Going forward into the next season, is there anything you're looking forward to, particular strategy, or I know people have been talking about going back to a single car setup. Is there anything you're looking forward to?
Looking forward to running all the races and running up front again, honestly. Yeah, I missed a lot of races this season. I feel like I've had decent speed a lot of weeks this season. I've also gotten run into a lot, but I feel like the speed's there. So making sure I run all the races next year, I think I can be a title threat.
Yeah, most definitely. We've been seeing a lot of great performances from you when we've been seeing you. Is there anybody in particular you'd like to thank or shout out for tonight's finish?
Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to you guys for doing a great job with the broadcast, letting everybody at home see. Got to thank my team VSPEED, all the drivers putting on a great race for everybody to watch tonight. Nick and all the admins doing a great job with this league, and all the sponsors that hop on board for this league.
Well, and we thank you for your time and thank you for putting on a great show for us tonight. I believe now we're going to be switching over. I believe we have Alec Martinez in alongside winner of tonight's race and championship, Ben Bafford.
I am Ben Bafford, Alec Martinez, Bradley Cooper, and Luke Buffett in the VC booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Ooh, we got a copy.
Well, brother, how does it feel? Ben Bafford, BTDY Series champion. How does that title feel after the night?
Great. I mean, I definitely had to earn it. Jeff was not making it easy at all. No fault to him, but oh, what a great season. I couldn't ask for more. All my teammates were great. Yusuf was giving me good shoves there. Angelo, Adam was doing a great job. Just had to fight for it. I can't say I couldn't.
And obviously you earned it there racing hard with Jeff all night. How does it feel to finally get that championship off your back and finally get that win in the chase? You were probably the most consistent with finishes, but you end up coming by and getting that championship. And now next season, what are you looking for? Do you think you can try to go back to back?
Fortunately, this will be my last full-time season. Just don't have the time anymore to run full-time. I mean, if this race happened a week later, I would not be racing. So next year, any race that I can show up to, I will. But I mean, it couldn't have went on a better note.
Hey, you're going out on a championship, brother. Well, we appreciate your time. After all this hard season of fighting, brother, I believe you guys won the team championship, and obviously you win the overall championship, drivers championship, I should say. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to end this season off?
The whole league. This is I couldn't ask for a better league to run in all year. I spend my money for an entry fee. I expect a good league, and they delivered. Broadcast, y'all did a great job. To everybody, even Nexus. I mean, they helped me early on, but I'm not on the team anymore. But the broadcast, everybody, Angelo, Yusuf, just couldn't thank anybody anymore.
Absolutely. Well, brother, we appreciate you, brother. Congratulations on the BTDY Racing Series Championship, and hopefully we'll see you back a couple times next year and go celebrate.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
All right. And that is the race winner and your champion of the BTDY Racing Series Season 4. Man, boys, what a season. What a race to end out the season. And, man, I mean, the two cars, everything. I mean, how would we put this season into words?
I don't know that we have words for it. We couldn't fabricate this. I don't think you can really play this out. As overall as how the season has went, comparative to maybe you watch real life NFL, NASCAR, things like that, this is right up where that echelon is. If you've been paying attention all season long and you didn't enjoy this, check your pulse. Because this was an excellent season. It's the best that we've seen here on VSPEED, in my opinion. We had 5 different changes for the lead into the chase. That doesn't happen in any league that we've watched here on VSPEED. It's usually locked up by 2 or 3 into the reset. So to have that overall, it is, in my opinion, probably the best broadcasting that we could put on here on this channel. Absolutely. And Luke, I know you came in late, but you got to see most of the chase. What were your just thoughts on the season? I know you haven't been looking at the iRacing service much lately, but then you finally come in here and see the chase. What was your opinion of those final 10 races and what you've seen and what you're looking forward to coming back hopefully in the booth soon?
Well, there's a reason why I decided to try and join in here, and it's always a show with these guys. I mean, it isn't like some leagues where you have just, like you say, 2 people that are consistently winning every other race. Just about anybody's got a shot. We proved that this season, 12 different winners. I'm looking forward to see what they can bring out next season. I mean, some of the fat's been trimmed. We can, you know, there's going to be a lot of competition next season, especially with, you know, just old feuds from last season, this season. It all develops, it all comes together. It should be fantastic going forward. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes, we all are. Bradley, it's been an honor and a pleasure to have myself up here, man. I'm always enjoy coming up here. Appreciate all of you guys watching and supporting us, supporting our channel, because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this. And appreciate Adam Baker for all he's done for us here. And man, I hate that this is the end of the season, but I'm looking forward to hopefully broadcasting a couple of races upcoming in the next few weeks, and looking forward to next season with BTDY. It's always a great show.
I agree with that, Alec, and I appreciate you guys all tuning in, being a part of this all season long. If you guys did enjoy this broadcast, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We got plenty of other racing here on VSPEED. I know this season has concluded, but check out the Overtake iRacing League. They run Monday through Wednesday. We had a little off week here for Valentine's Day, so I hope you guys enjoy your Valentines. If you're not enjoying your Valentines, we do have Racing Revolution, the duels race, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time here on VSPEED. And then Thursday, we're clocked out for QSR. We've got the VRX World Cup on Fridays, Saturday Night Racing League. You can see some of the favorites from here at BTDY racing in that league as well. But overall, great season. Hope you guys enjoyed it. For everybody here at VSPEED, myself, Alec Martinez, Luke Buffington, we hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And happy Valentine's Day. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.
And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh! Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Swag.